Hi everybody, hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for being here. Today I kind of wanted to share another part of my journey and my life, and ultimately I think is a big part of how I ended up with an abusive boyfriend. And that has to do with my body and how I look at myself and how I've always looked at myself and how I've treated my body. So rewind, bring it back to me being a young girl, and I always had issues with portion control and eating and using food as a comfort. I definitely used food as a comfort. It was something where this tasted good, so I want to eat it. That was it. I didn't understand the concept of food is nutritionist and nutritional, not nutritionist, help. Food is nutritional. That's why we eat it, to keep our bodies alive and moving and healthy. But obviously as a kid too, that's not really in your mindset. Like, ooh, sugar, yum. That's what I'm going after. But it was also in elementary school where I started to get bullied because of my weight. And being bullied is obviously something that most kids go through. But obviously, if it is something that outwardly you can see, and it's something that you don't change, or you don't kind of know that you should, it can make things difficult. So after being bullied in elementary school, I then moved on to middle school, where I was dealt with kind of my best friend at the time leaving me and not wanting to be my best friend. And I think she was kind of going through her own set of issues, which obviously we all were. But a lot of it, to me, in my mind, just read as, you don't look the part, I can't be your friend. I did not look popular enough, cool enough, hip enough, whatever it was. I didn't look the part, so I can't be your friend anymore. Boom, another hit. And as you start kind of setting up these things of negativity, and they were all then against how I looked in my body, you will definitely start to believe them and think them and have a hard time overcoming those sort of things. So it wasn't until high school where I kind of got a little bit of a hold of my body and understanding, like, I actually have control over my body. I have control over my consumption. I have control over my exercise, that sort of thing. And so with my parents, we joined an organization called TOPS, which is kind of like a Weight Watchers, but not broken down into points or anything. It's basically just a group for people basically that overeat. And we come together, you get weighed in, there's some sort of accountability, you talk to each other about issues and eating too much and kind of if things were tough for the week, whatnot. And I was the youngest in the chapter, and it was mainly made up of a lot of kind of people my parents' age or retired people, but it was still a very good first look at me understanding portion control and me understanding I have been doing this wrong my whole life. So in high school, I really don't know, I think it was around 30 pounds, and I was kind of the thinnest that I have ever been. And I am the heaviest out of everybody in the family, so I was always the girl, that's the heavy girl, that's the heavy one. I was pretty much always the heaviest throughout my schooling as well. So you're just kind of recognized as being the fat girl, which isn't always the best feeling either, but that's just how it was. So as I started to watch what I ate, and I would work out a little bit, it really wasn't much. I would kind of do a fast walk every week. It wasn't anything close to what I do now. I started losing the weight, and I started to feel better about myself. I definitely gained a little bit more of just self-respect and a little bit more of just, I'm not as bad as I thought. It's really sad and hard thinking about all of the things that I used to think about myself. And maybe sometimes those thoughts still come through of just, you're ugly, you're not pretty, look at all the things that should be changed, look at your body, look at this, look at that. And we are all our own worst critics. By far, we are all the hardest on ourselves. And so it's learning to take care of yourself mentally, physically, spiritually, that really, really matters. So I went off to college being kind of in a pretty good mindset. I was really positive and happy-go-lucky throughout college. It worked out a little bit. I did join a gym, but I think I did end up gaining weight anyway. It wasn't until I came to California, was in the bad abusive relationship, where I packed on the pounds. I got up to probably 350. The last time I remember weighing myself, I was 340 pounds. And when you are that size, walking up a flight of stairs is difficult. And bending over to tie my shoe, not possible. It's at kind of the past the 300 point, close to 350, going on 400, where I think you really start to understand you are not your own. Your body has taken over. You know, you have lost the control. And I had lost a lot of control just because I was in the abusive relationship. But unfortunately for me, my abuse carried over into what I ate and how much I ate, when I ate. And it was used as a device against me. It was used as punishment. And for me, it's very interesting to think how as a child, I truly enjoyed eating and I loved the taste, and it was a happy kind of joyous thing for me. And then I was in this relationship where it was used so negatively against me, and it would be overeating, and it would be by 6,000, 7,000 calories daily. So that is how I packed on close to 100 pounds in less than a year. And it really got out of control. And it was to the point where I have a hard time even remembering a lot of the abuse and things that happened during that span of time, I think, as my mind tries to just kind of, save myself from a lot of the harshness and the sadness of everything that happened. But as I'm going through therapy, it's obviously needed to remember and open up about these situations. So my parents said something to me like, yeah, Ashley, we should join Tops again, or we should do something, and we can all try losing weight. And I guess I said to my mom and dad, I just don't care. And being at a point in life where you are that heavy, and I obviously was in this abusive relationship, I was truly at the lowest I had ever been. And I would look at myself and just cry. And I wouldn't be able to appreciate anything about my body, let alone myself, while I was in that relationship. So that's why I need to take some time for myself right now to even recognize how far I've come, which is hard for me to even believe. Because as I sit here, just a few days shy of my 26th birthday, just about 2 years out of that relationship and being 340, if not most likely more than that, I am now 190 pounds. I've lost 150 pounds without surgery and just by diet and exercise. And it's pretty miraculous to think, really, in just 2 years, that's what can happen. And I've been kind of at this weight for a while, so it's honestly less than 2 years. It's closer to about 1.5 years. And I do think a lot of the weight obviously came with the overeating, but came with a lot of the stress and the not sleeping. A lot of that will harbor and carry weight. But I really kicked it into gear. I mean, I will show you pictures, and I will either insert them over here, or as a whole screen of what I looked like and kind of my progress. And it is amazing to know what the body can handle and what the body can do. And this is to anybody out there who is struggling or feels like they need guidance or help. Just know you can do it. Every choice you make can be a positive one to help you and help your body. Because when you make those choices, it is a choice in helping yourself realize that you love yourself. That you love yourself to take care of yourself. That you love yourself to put your mind and your body first. And I had never done that fully. So, after the relationship, the biggest thing that I focused on was my body and was getting my body in shape. And I honestly needed to. I was at a point where I couldn't walk upstairs. I was having a hard time breathing. I was at a point where if that continued, serious consequences, health consequences would come of it. And so I did my workouts of 4 days a week I started with, and it was really basic kind of movements. It wasn't anything crazy. It was like a 15-minute workout video. I can even put that in the link below of what was given to me. I currently right now am loving all the POPSUGAR fitness videos. They are great. There are some that are so challenging, and there are others that are more just kind of fun and aerobic workouts, but they have a great range of workouts for beginners to advanced, but it's finding something that you can kind of connect with. And for me in the beginning, I couldn't even get myself out of the house. So having something to do at home really helped. But the thing is you need more than anything to first know that you can do it, which you can. I am telling you, it is possible. You just need to believe in yourself, which I know is hard. Believe me, I've been there, but it is possible. And second, you need to be accountable. You need to hold yourself to the, I am doing this many workouts this week, and hold yourself to it. I made a promise to myself in 2019 that I would do 5 days every week of working out. And I maybe only broke it 2 or 3 weeks out of the whole year. And I was very, very dedicated, probably to the point of maybe being over dedicated and beating myself up when I wouldn't get there. Because I went from one extreme of having no control in my life to then being able to control everything about my body. But I saw the results. You know, I was basically losing around 10 pounds each month. And it slowed down after about a year, maybe closer to 10 months. And you then kind of have to just learn to continue to push yourself to the next thing. So then after I was kind of done with the home workouts, I went to the gym that was conveniently at my apartment complex. And I made sure I woke up every morning and I did cardio. And it was a lot of cardio. I mean, I did probably 30 to 45 minutes every morning on the elliptical, busting my ass to get it done. I mean, really trying my hardest. But that was another part of it. You know, I was trying so hard and really getting out so much anger and aggression and pain and sadness, confusion, all of the emotions I was trying to channel out through the energy of working out. But I wasn't probably building the muscle that I needed to. I started working on some machines, but I didn't really probably have the correct form and know exactly what I should have been doing. So then I joined a CrossFit gym and I started doing these boot camps, and boy, did that get me into shape. I barely could run down the whole length of the road, which I think is about 800 meters down one way and back. And to see my progression and to know where I had started, where I couldn't even run down and back, to now where I could run that twice, is just amazing. And that's the kind of fuel that you need and the fire that you need to keep yourself going. You can do it. Know that you can do it. Believe in yourself. Give yourself the credit. Know that you're worth it. Know that you matter. And it's not something, unfortunately, that, I can tell you this all day long, but it will be a moment where you wake up and you realize, I'm gonna change my life. I am going to change my life. And that's what happened for me. And beyond the working out, I also had a whole change in food. I stopped eating processed food. I started eating healthy and clean, pretty much organic, and very high protein, low fat, no sugar. I went on a sugar cleanse for 6 months, which was extremely difficult to do, but that also helped to cut a lot of the weight. I don't drink soda. Soda is the devil. There's a fantastic documentary for people to watch called Fed Up. And I believe, hopefully it's still on Hulu if you have Hulu, but it's a documentary all about sugar and processed foods. And I highly recommend it to anybody who wants to just kind of learn more about it. And more about processed foods and sugars and kind of what they do to your body. So I basically was having so much sugar that it was just fat everywhere on my body. And I really built up a lot around my midsection, a lot on my legs, definitely arms. So now I'm at the point of where I have lost so much weight that I'm kind of at a different point of loving myself, because I still would like to lose a little bit more weight, probably maybe another 20, maybe 30 pounds. But I'm at a point where it's like, how much of my weight is skin? And I look at my body and I try to be respectful of everything that's happened. But of course, I'm critical of myself. Of course, I have the thoughts that I always had of, look at all these things you could do better. But I need to take my own advice and just know that I'm doing it and I'm working on it, and know that I believe in myself. And I just need to be proud. Take the time to reassure yourself that you're worth it and that you matter. That all your hard work will pay off. It's not easy. Nothing in life that's worth it is easy. When you work at something and when you put the effort in, you know that it means so much more when you finish it in the end. That's why I need to be kinder to myself, and you probably all do too. I think I want to just close this out by saying, please be kind to yourself. Please be open. All of these things to change your body can be hard, but they're all very achievable. If I can do it, you can do it. Truly anything is possible. Just get your mind in it. Oh boy, High School Musical quote, get your head in the game. Okay. I think I'm good. I think I'm done. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or evening. Keep smiling on, keep dreaming on, and please know you're never alone. Bye, guys.